Hi friends, they brought in an Alice speaker for repair. They said they dropped it and after that it stopped working. I checked it by connecting a new power supply and found that it works. Which means the power supply is faulty. The power supply produces 15 volts and 1.2 amperes. So friends, I managed to disassemble the power supply. Let's see what radio elements are on the board. I will now show you the board closer so that you know the name of the elements. Because it happens that an element burns out strongly and it is not clear what kind of element it was. U1 is our PWM controller. Now I will show you what it is called. Let me tell you how and what I did. I checked the diode bridge, all resistors, capacitors and diodes and found no problems. The voltage coming to the PWM controller was 14 volts at the input. This is exactly the voltage that should be on it with a working power supply. The PWM controller controls a field effect transistor. I'll show you the name now. When the power supply was faulty, the voltage on the right leg was 300 volts and on the left there was 0 volts. After that I unsoldered many components to check and it turns out that somewhere there was a bad contact in the soldering. Unfortunately I can't say exactly on which element because I unsoldered and checked many at once. It turns out that for the normal operation of the power supply, there should be 300 volts on the right leg of the transistor and also 300 volts on the left leg. Then the voltage goes through the transformer to the secondary circuit and there should be 15 volts at the output. Now we assemble the power supply and try to start it. Now we need to glue the power supply cover with something. Let's first check the power supply. And here is our Alice. So we connected the power supply to the network.
Алиса, отключись.
Отсутствует подключение к интернету.
As you can hear, the speaker works.
It turns out that somewhere there was a micro crack in the solder on the SMD components and there was no good contact. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out where exactly the fault was because I was unsoldering many components at once and looking for the faulty one. And at some point, my power supply started working. I hope my video will be useful to someone. Subscribe. See you in the next videos.